Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Real Talk with Coach Sherri, and I want you to walk with me. Today I'm going to be walking in my neighborhood, and I'm going to be adventurous and go outside of my neighborhood and up one area into another neighborhood and then back down. I'm feeling like I need a little bit more distance and or challenge with my walks. I've been walking in parks and some great areas, but most of them have been just flat terrain. And so I know with my neighborhood, it is very hilly. And so also, if you hear me starting to breathe a little bit heavier, it's because you might not be able to tell, but I'm going up a hill. And, that takes a little bit more energy. I've always been of the mindset that I could eat whatever I want as long as I exercise. But the older I get, the more I'm realizing that I can't do that. I have to cut back on food as well as work out to have good results. I do not want to catch the COVID-15, which is, those 15 extra pounds from being inside with COVID. But I know that some areas have released some of the quarantine where people can venture out a little bit more. But for those of you who still can't, I definitely invite you to walk with me and to enjoy the sights here in North Carolina. I am developing allergies, so you have to excuse me if I have to clear my throat or anything like that. Also, during this time, in regards to professional development, I hope you all are taking advantage of the amazing webinars that are being presented for free in most cases. I know the school here, University of North Carolina at Charlotte, UNCC, has a series of professional development workshops that you can attend, and they are amazing. I went to their first one this week. I'm really going to webinars to see the different platforms that are being used and how the information is being presented, because I am in the process of updating and revising my classroom presentations to make them virtual and put them on virtual platforms. Because even if the quarantine is lifted, I'm quite sure that we'll still have to do some social distancing. And I want to be able to accommodate that, especially as we bring on new apprentices and interns in the near future. So I highly recommend that you catch up with some of these professional development webinars. I know a lot of Ivy League schools are also hosting amazing programs. Harvard has an entrepreneurship one. It does cost, but you can be an observer and take the course for free. You just won't get the certification at the end. I feel like Princeton may have something, Yale. So look into the different schools and even the ones in your area to see what they are offering during this time, to kind of stay in touch with the community and to provide a really good development service to everyone. All right, everyone, without further ado, I am going to get up from this amazing bench and start on my walking journey. Please be sure to thumbs up this video. If you feel someone else needs to walk with me, share this video. If you're not already part of my team, I would love to invite you to subscribe and ring the bell, the notification bell, so that you can be alerted when I post another video. All right, everyone, this is Real Talk with Coach Sherri. Let's walk. Oh, I'll go this way. It's later in the evening. I had a labor law class that I did today. I am enrolled in an HR certification program with the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, and today was the first class. It was a virtual class on labor law, and I am so intrigued by labor law in regards to being compliant and just the rights of employees as well as employers. And it really makes me want to go to law school. I actually was going to go to law school right after undergrad, but I felt like I didn't have enough real life experience. You know, I had been working in my family's business the majority of my life up to that point, and I completed a really good internship at the public defender's office in Pennsylvania as an intern, as an investigator, and I just felt like there was so much more to do. So after graduating college and getting accepted, and I remember my father saying, if you don't go to law school right after undergrad, I'm not paying for it. You know, if you don't go straight in, I'm gonna pay for it. I probably should have took him up on that because they did pay for my undergrad, but I didn't. I wanted to get some more life experience. And so for 4 years, I worked on Wall Street at an environmental law firm, and it was a great first real job. I'm gonna tell you. Oh my goodness, the perks were sick. Look at this tree. I don't know if it fell down. Well, it looks like it probably fell down because it's from the roots. Doesn't look like they cut it down, but they probably cut the top part off. But at any rate, I had a great experience working at that law firm and made some really good friends, some lifelong friends. Every Thursday, we would have a wine and cheese after work in the office. And in New York, they have a lot of 5K races and really popular races that people come to from all over the world. And so we would always have a race party where they would rent out an entire bar and all the food and drinks would be paid for. And we could invite our friends, and it was a lot of fun. So they did things like that. They would rent out a restaurant in the World Financial Center, which was right next to the World Trade Center at the time. And that's where we would have our Christmas party. Every year we got a Christmas bonus of $2,000 plus a $2,000 raise. So the bonus was separate from the raise. The raise would be included in your, bi-weekly pay. But the $2,000 bonus, you could either take it all at once without, taxes taken out, and you have to worry about that on your own, or you can get it where they took the taxes out, which would be, I forget how much it would end up being, but I usually use that money to do my Christmas shopping with, because when you're young, you don't think about a lot of investing and stuff, although my legacies, they do. It's amazing. So yeah, I didn't go to law school, and then after those 4 years, I ended up getting married and moving all over the country due to my husband's career, which was a sacrifice also on my part. And I know a lot of people can't understand like why you would put yourself on hold when you marry a professional athlete. But it's not really putting yourself on hold. It's seizing the moment. As a professional athlete, you have such a short window to be able to earn that kind of money. It's not like it's going to take your whole life and you're still not going to be young enough to do what you want to do. But, you just have to seize the moment. And a lot of people don't realize how quick that moment comes and goes. And for many, it only lasts for a year or two. It's very fleeting. Fortunately for us, it lasted my husband 10 years, but those 10 years, so much had occurred and it all seems like yesterday, but we were still young enough to be able to do other things. And so when people talk about the sacrifices that like a wife makes and how she puts herself on hold, she's really not. She's just really kind of securing her future for her and her family by being there to support her husband as he works, which even though they make a lot, it's grueling. You know, I call it a gladiator sport, especially football, because of the wear and tear on their bodies, their minds, everything. I remember one season when my husband, it was one of his best seasons too, but I remember he would come home and would crawl in the house. He could barely walk. He would basically fall into the house from the garage. I cried every single day because I just couldn't believe how he couldn't walk. Yet on Sundays, when I would see him, he'd be running and playing. I mean, he was starting and he was, doing good on the field, but he couldn't walk once the game was over, once the adrenaline died down. And so people, especially fans, don't realize that aspect of it. And they just see the Sunday, the glory. They don't see, after the lights go out and what you have to deal with. And so that year, I remember because I was pregnant with our center child, which is why when she was a baby, she cried a lot. And I believe she cried a lot because when I was carrying her, I cried a lot. But she's not a crier anymore. She's one of the strongest young ladies that I know. But I remember that season, I went to the sporting goods store, and when I got in, I stopped and looked around, and I was like, why am I in here? I didn't have anything that I wanted to buy. I didn't go in there for any particular reason. So I just started walking around. I was like, let me just walk around and maybe I will see why I came in here. Now, I may have told you guys this story already. I'm not sure, but if I did, I did. If I didn't, then this is your first time hearing it. But anyway, I walked around and was looking at, up and down all the aisles. It was a big, like a super sports store that they used to have. They still have a few, but I was walking around and I was at the end of one of the aisles and I saw this band. It was just a thin strip that had Velcro on it, and you put it on the bottom of your kneecap. And I was like, I wonder what that is. I wonder if that'll be something that, my husband could use. So I just bought it. Now, mind you, he's working with trainers, doctors, specialists. Everybody's supposed to know what they're doing. They're injecting him with all kind of stuff. Steroid, or not steroids, but I don't know, something, maybe steroids on his knee. Liquid to, keep it moist or lubricated or whatever. And so I was like, he came home and I said, I got this for you. I don't know if it's something that you'll be able to use or not, but I just bought this for you. And he was like, all right, thank you. It'll be worth a shot. I'll try it. At that point, he was willing to try anything that could give him relief, take off the pressure, So he had never seen it before. It turns out it was called a patella band. If you guys are familiar with a patella band, leave a comment down below. Or if you use a patella band, let me know. So he started to use it, and the next day after practice, he was like, wow, you know what? My knee feels great. It feels better than it ever felt. It feels like 100%, like I don't have to get anything done. And I was like, for real? Just from that little strip thing? He said, yeah, you might be onto something. So that Sunday, I forget who they played. This is when he was with the Panthers, the Carolina Panthers. He He had a stellar game. Oh my goodness, y'all. He played so good. They gave him the game ball for that game. And, they have a person on staff that paints the game balls that's presented to the player of the week. And so that week, he told them, and that wasn't his first game ball, but that had been his first game ball in a long time. And so he told the person, don't put my name on the ball, put my wife's name on the ball, because all of y'all in here been doing this, that, and the other for me. And she came home with a little band, and it made me play like I hadn't played in a long time. So I want to dedicate this game and this ball to her. And so when he came home from practice on Monday with it, after the game Sunday, and he gave it to me, I was so happy, like, wow, that he even recognized that, and I really appreciated that. And then at the end of that season, the wives and I would get together once a week, not like that show, The Game. We didn't get together drinking, bugging out, talking about each other and each other's husbands. We got together to do Bible study. It was very uplifting, very spiritual, very supportive group of wives. And at the end of the season, we had our little like Christmas get together or whatever. And I'm coming to the end of my neighborhood. I've never crossed this street by foot ever. It's kind of a busy street. It's a light though, so that should be okay. And there's some stores across. It's a big, huge community across the street. It's huge. They have their own schools. They have a senior development. It's huge. It's probably the biggest community on this side of Charlotte. And I'm getting ready I'm not going to walk all the way through it, but I'm going to walk up, and then I'm going to walk down, come back down. So, and I see a lot of people in this community walking, so it's going to be kind of cool. I'm trying to think. All right. You know what? I could cross. Even though the light is green, I can still cross. Okay. So you can see there's some stores over there. And let's see. But they're probably all just about closed. And there's some townhouses over there. There's a preschool, ice cream shop. They have good custard ice cream. I don't know if you call custard ice cream or just custard or whatever, but at any rate, so at the end of the season, when we had our Christmas get together, the wives, they gave me a certificate. And it was, I fixed my husband's knee certificate. I thought that was so cool. And I was so grateful that they recognized it as well. That was a tough season. So that was his 9th year, and he had one more year on his contract, and his goal was always to play at least 10 years. And so going into that final season, I remember, during the off season, he was trying everything he could to ensure that he would be able to walk away from the game. So we went to this lady in Florida who does like homeopath remedies for your body, because he didn't want to go and get an operation, because he knew if he got an operation he probably wouldn't be able to play that last season. So that lady was really good. She also helped me because at the time I had bad sciatic nerve problems from carrying both of my babies. And so she, and I used to go to the chiropractor, I used to go to the massage therapist, and look at this open field. They'll probably develop it. Charlotte is getting a lot like Atlanta. I remember about 20 years ago, my best friend who now lives in Atlanta, she was like, wow, look at all this space, look at all this green area, look at all these farms, this farmland. If this was Atlanta, those developers would be eating it up. They don't let nothing grow green. And I said, yeah, and where we lived at the time was like an oasis because it was nothing, and then an amazing community. And now, especially around where we used to live, it is so developed. It's ridiculous. But now, Charlotte's getting like that too. So this is a new community. I think the houses start about 300. It's a developer, a builder called Sherri Homes. Sherri Homes is a really, really nice builder. I'm just surprised that all the houses have siding. It's probably hardy plank because Sherri Homes usually builds using all brick because they aren't necessarily custom homes, but they are so upgraded inside until you would think you were in a custom built home. One day I'll take you guys on a home tour in one of these houses. These communities, they're building them real close and they're looking real cookie cutter to me. I don't prefer that. I think if you spend a certain amount of money, you should be able to have especially your exterior, look different than everybody else's. I don't like that. But yeah, so we went to Florida to this lady and she assessed us. Ooh, that car was loud. And she gave us, some really good feedback, some tips, some strategies and whatnot. And basically, like for me, she said it was my gait. My walk was off and that was messing up my hip and my psoas for my sciatic nerve problem. So she recommended I do Pilates and, really concentrate on my walk. And when I started doing that, it was a game changer. I was shocked at the results that I started to get. So, how you doing? Every now and again, it'll kick in, but not like it was. Ooh, my sciatic nerve was so bad. When I would stand up, I would have to pause and literally say to myself, left, right, left, right. That's telling myself what foot to put in front of the other because it was all locked and ready. When we first moved to Charlotte, because by the time we moved to Charlotte, I had already started having chiropractic work and massage therapy once a week. So when we moved to Charlotte, I had to find a new massage therapist. And I looked in the yellow pages back then. That's what people used. They didn't have Google. And I saw this advertisement for someone who specialized in sciatic nerve treatment. Now, prior to that, I used to have the massage therapist come to the home. But because, we were new to the area and she had her own established business or whatever, I went to her location. Y'all, that was like the worst thing ever. Wow, I think this is a model home right here because of the way the parking lot is. Maybe I'll come here one day because it's probably closed. It's late in the afternoon. So, at any rate, yeah, because I see the furniture, they don't have any window treatments, like up, no blinds or anything like that. So that's a model home, and the way the parking lot is, yeah. So I went to her And I told her what I was, my situation. And she proceeded to do her therapy. And I was on the table, she massaging me, whatever. But she was going real deep. Like, she literally was touching my sciatic nerve. And I was like thinking to myself, like, wow, she's so deep. I hope it's okay. Like, I hope her being this deep is gonna help and not hurt me. Y'all, no bueno. When she was done, and massage therapist leaves you alone so that you can get yourself together, whatever, put your clothes on. I didn't think I was going to be able to get up from the table. I don't even know how long I laid there, but I laid there so long. I was so nervous because I was like, I could feel that I couldn't move. Finally, after a long period of time, I was able to get up. Still very slowly though. And get dressed and limp to my car. When I got to my car, I was just like so thankful. I was prayerful, like, Lord Jesus, please let me be able to drive home. Let me just get home. I just need to get home. And at the time, we just had our son, and he might have been maybe 8 months. He didn't start walking until he was 10 months. So that means I have this big old thick Tonka truck of a son that I have to carry. So I have to be able to walk and be okay. And it was during the season, so I have to do this by myself. I have to be okay. And the sidewalk is cutting off. I have to zigzag through here. Let me see. See, construction is still going on. So I finally make it home, and I got to the door of the house, like from the garage. And when I opened the door, I just yelled for my husband. And I told him, like, please, you gotta come, I can't walk. Please, please. And he came running. And he had to carry me to our bedroom. And so I didn't leave our bed. Like, I just literally, he got me dressed for bed, and I just laid in the bed. And in the middle of the night, I had to use the restroom. I forgot, like, you know how sometimes, especially in the middle of the night when you've been asleep, you wake up, you kind of forget, because with sciatic nerves, if you're still, it doesn't hurt. It hurts when you try to move. So you don't really know, but if you know you have it, you always bracing yourself because you know the pain is going to be real. But because it was the middle of the night and I was tired, probably cried myself to sleep, I wasn't thinking about it. I got up like everything was everything. And y'all, the minute I put pressure on my first foot down, I collapsed. I literally collapsed. And I started to scream. And my husband jumped up and was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I was like, I can't walk. I can't walk. Oh my gosh. It's such a sharp pain. I said, how am I going to take care of our son? I can't walk. And, you know, he got me to the bathroom. Then he got me back into the bed. And just the thought of it, that was probably, I don't even know. It was in 1999 though. And that next day, that next morning, that was the first day in 10 years that my husband ever took off from work. The first day in 10 years, he never went to practice because he called the team doctor and said, my wife needs to see an orthopedic doctor today. She needs an MRI today. An hour later, we were at the hospital. I was getting an MRI. And what had happened was, it was like fragments of a bone in my glutes was like off a little bit, like like almost like dust. But you know, bones that are dust are sharp, and those are the sharp pains I was feeling. And they said that it would dissolve, and they gave me some, because I was like, can you do surgery? I need surgery. Like, this is not happening. This is not a good thing. I need to be cut. I need stitches. I need things removed. I need a lot. And they were like, nope, you don't need surgery, first of all. This is what the deal is. And sure enough, you know, by the next day, I was basically good. I was, you know, basically back to the way I was, which wasn't perfect, but better than I had been. So my husband went back to work, of course, and everything. But that experience, and it wasn't until I got pregnant with my third child, and after doing the Pilates and everything, because when we went to Florida, I was on this whole fitness thing, you know, to really tighten and strengthen my core, because that's what she was saying would be helpful with my gait, is to have a strong core, because my core was so weak. And you know, I had all three of my babies 20 months apart, so for 40 months I was pregnant basically. And so going into prior to getting pregnant with my third child, I was working out. I had a serious trainer. I was doing kickboxing. I was doing Pilates. I was strong. I was fierce. My husband could not keep his hands off me. That's how we ended up with the third one. Because I mean, literally, when I would walk by, he would be grabbing on me. I was like, wow. Which is why I think, you know, I knew 3 babies was a lot for us. But at any rate, yeah. So when I got pregnant with my third, she must have realigned my body because I did not have sciatic nerve problems anymore. It was a miracle. And I was so happy, like, wow, you know. And even though I had sciatic nerve problems during pregnancies with my first 2, it didn't stop me from staying in shape. I only gained 20 pounds with each of them, lost it. You know, it wasn't like I was carrying a lot of extra weight. I actually was in the best shape of my life during pregnancy because I was working out and not necessarily eating right, but eating. That's my problem, is I don't eat enough. So, yeah. If you have sciatic nerve problems, leave a comment below. Or if you still have it, you know, what are you doing now to help it? To, you know, make sure you have it in check. Because I'm going to tell you, you get that stomach tightened right, it'll help a lot. Look at these pine cones. They're baby ones. Still developing. Can you see them? I hope you're on your treadmill, getting more than your 10 or 15 minutes in. Because if I was on a treadmill, that's all I would be doing in her house. And all she could do was like 5 minutes. She may be up to 10 minutes now, but like 5 minutes. And I'm like, girl, at least try to do 30. So I know for me, I need to either be talking to somebody or listening to music in order to like walk for a long period of time. If I'm just, especially, yeah. I've never walked up here this far. None of my girls wanted to come with me. I was gonna go back to Jatan Park, but it's only like 72 degrees right now. It's windy, and Jatan Park is covered with trees. So if it's not hot, it's going to be kind of chilly or cool because you're by the water too. So I may try to go there this weekend because it's going to be 79 degrees tomorrow, 80 something degrees on Sunday. Tomorrow at 79, it might as well be 80. And oh my goodness, look at this. It's a rabbit. It's a dead rabbit. Wow. Look at his feet. So sorry for it. Yeah, it's rabbit season now. You'll see a lot of rabbits out because it's the spring, it's warm, things are blossoming. See a lot of deer. And least we forget, snakes. It is snake season. Whew. I should have made this my first live, but if I made it a live, I wouldn't be able to read the thread, the stream. And if I have a live, I want to be interactive, you know, with everyone. I really enjoy being on other people's lives, but I enjoy having conversations in lives, and I especially like it when whoever the host is acknowledges when you say something and, you know, kind of banter back and forth. I think that's the purpose of it. You know, for me, I really like to get to know the people that I'm following, and I hope that in return they get to know who I am. So this way we could be a true family, a true team, and that's where strength in numbers come in. Strength in numbers doesn't come in when people don't know each other. People are just there to be there, you know, because I'm true with mine, and I'm looking for people that are true with theirs. So, and thus far, even though I'm small, I've been real successful, I feel, in finding people that are true. Everyone that I am connected with are good people. So I don't know how you do it. If you can look at the people that, you know, that are on my team and that I support, I highly recommend that you support them because they are real people. Y'all, I may have to call home to get a ride back because I'm at 42 minutes and I'm not even, if I'm 42 minutes in, that means I'm 42 minutes away from home. I am 42 minutes away from home. The trail that I'm on is not a loop. I'm not walking in a circle. This right here, I'm gonna have to turn around and come back the way I came. So that means I'm gonna be walking at least, if I turn around right now, I'll be walking 86 minutes. That's over an hour. My minimum is 30 minutes. Or my max. Let me say my max. The minimum is 30, but the max is like 45. So this is doubling how much I walk. But I need to do this because I don't want Corona to get the best of me with my weight. You know, I want to stay healthy regarding how I feel, not getting the virus. But I also want to stay healthy with my weight and whatnot. I love food so much. I have to really work on my food intake. I mean, we're eating better, but the kitchen is like right there every day. So, yeah. Whew. Yeah, this community has a lot. They have a golf course, they have clubhouses. Like I said, they have a senior center, they have elementary school. I think they have a middle school too. So it was designed for growing families because just imagine, first of all, Charlotte is very transient. It took me years to meet somebody that was actually from Charlotte. Everybody that I would meet was from someplace else. Florida, New York, Philly, DC, California, Texas. Nobody was from Charlotte. So you have a young family and your parents are at the age where they're about to retire. They're going to want to be near them grandbabies. So Charlotte, the cost of living, especially if you're coming from the West Coast or the east, north, it's a lot less money here, taxes and everything, than it is up there. So, parents paying all those taxes. I know my parents were paying like $12,000 a year. My in-laws was paying about the same in New York. They don't have kids in school. They're not benefiting from, what the taxes go to. So why do that? You could sell your house, make a great profit. You bought your house for like 70. You could sell it for 400. That's a great new start for your next chapter in life. And so a lot of people that have moved here from different places and had their young families, that's what ended up happening. Their families would move here. And so developers recognized that and decided to start to build communities that would be appealing to them. My husband and I actually started a community like that. It was with ranch style condominiums, and it was for 55 and older active adult community. Those are very popular now. They were popular then, but they were just getting started really then. And it just made sense. They were low maintenance on the outside. People that are retired don't want to be all outside doing their lawns and stuff. I mean, some people love it because that's great exercise, and it is. But they can spend that time with their grandchildren. So, yeah, this community definitely had all of that in mind. They said, "You have young kids? We have daycares. We have elementary. You can walk them to school, and still have that suburban type of feel." So that's what they did, and it worked out. Okay, I'm so close to where I want to turn around, even though the time is so long. I don't want to turn around till I get to that destination, because I'm right there. Whew, you guys keep encouraging me to keep going. Say, keep going, Coach Sherri. Everybody needs a coach. And I need you to be my coach today. Help me keep going. The only reason why I probably couldn't make it is because I would be being lazy. Not because I can't, just because I feel like, how sometimes you get to the point where you're like, I did enough. I'm done. I'm good. That's how I'm feeling right now. But I'm not hurting. I'm not tired. I just know it's been a long time that I've been walking. But that's no reason to turn around. You have to endure. That's a life lesson. When you really stop and think about your capacity, you'll realize you could go further. Just because you've gone so far, some people get discouraged when they are doing something new, trying to build something. Maybe they've been doing it for years and it just hadn't hit like they wanted to. If you believe in it and you know the true benefits of it and the value, don't give up. Keep going. Because most of the time, when you do give up, the breakthrough was in less than an arm's reach away. It's one of those things where you turn around, but that next step, you was going to run right into the door to open. But because you turned around, you didn't get to open that door. So, if nothing else, remember that it's right there. It's just ahead. I see the corner right now that I'm going to turn around at. Whew. Every morning when I used to drive into my office, I would come this way, especially if I wanted to get like Dunkin' Donuts or something in the morning, because this is the closest way. It's like the shortcut. And I always would see people walking this road. I don't know how long this road is, but it has to be at least 2 miles. But I knew that the people that were walking on it were definitely getting some great exercise in. So I'm gonna have to definitely take some allergy medicine when I get back in. Ooh, all these trees. My eyes are burning. My nose is running. People gonna think I have COVID or something. Just allergies. Ooh, you guys, you see the corner? We're almost there. So I'm at 50 minutes. I gotta turn back and do 50 minutes back. Yikes. I could do it though. Why not? Been inside all day doing my webinars and conference calls, and this is my first time today being outdoors, and I'm really glad. I'm glad the weather is beautiful to take advantage of it. Wow, if this was back in the day, I always tell my kids, we really live relatively close to a lot of things that they could walk to. Because I said back in my day, we used to walk, ride our bike, or roller skate everywhere. To the store, to the rink, to our friends' houses, to the next town. All right, I made it. Turning around. Turning around now, because I made it. So I always tell them, like, y'all don't even know. Anything under 5 miles, we were walking. We did not care. We were walking over bridges, in traffic, many highways. We didn't wait. If somebody couldn't take us, we wouldn't wait for that. If someone said they couldn't take us somewhere, that wasn't a reason for us not to go. We would just say, all right, well, we got to mow and joe it. That's what we used to call it. Walking. Let's mow and joe it. And you know the crazy thing, I guess some of this stuff I should probably save for other videos. My son would definitely be like, Mom, that was like 5 videos worth of content you just did in that one video. But you know how it is when you're talking. You're just talking. And whatever comes. Like, I really didn't have anything planned to talk about. I was just going to have you walk with me and let you see the scenery. But then I started talking and thoughts just started to flow. So I forgot. But yeah, we used to walk everywhere. To the next town. I grew up in Teaneck, so we'd walk to Hackensack. Inglewood was right there. It might as well have been Teaneck. And yeah, it's good times. Good, clean fun. Nothing ever stopped us. Whatever we ventured out to do, we do it. I would go to the store for my mother on roller skates. I'd be in the grocery store, roller skating around. That was fun. These smell so delicious. I'm not sure what type of bush that is, but it smells marvelous. If you know the type of bush this is, let me know. Let's see if I can get closer. Marvelous. Okay. I have my scarf on. I've been wearing it because with my hair out, bugs and stuff would get in it. Well, I don't know that for sure, but I'm assuming that could happen. So to prevent it, I just tie my hair down. Then when I get home, I untie it, and it's usually soaking wet, and hop in the shower, call it a night, or early night. I'm sure cars that are driving by are like, what is she doing? I have my phone on my selfie stick and I have my earbuds in. So I don't know if they're thinking I'm FaceTiming somebody, videoing or what, but I don't even care. It is what it is. It's a lot of cars out, isn't it? A lot of people. I think it was Diamond Divas had commented on my one video. She was like, I hope you have your mask on out there. Oh my goodness, I don't. But I do wear my mask if I go out to the store and places where I know I'm gonna be in close proximity to people, and indoors where the air is kind of trapped. But truth be told, I know, like, I have athletic asthma. So since I'm not athletic anymore, I don't really have asthma. And I would get an asthma attack if I had to wear a mask when I walked, because that's too much. Like, I could barely breathe just regular with it. So I can only imagine exerting energy, what that would be like. I don't know. So I just kind of pray all goes well and keep it moving that way. I believe it was Diamond Diva. I appreciate her concern, because yeah, I'd be concerned too. Absolutely. But I'm all right. I'll be okay. I'll be all right. If it's God's will, I'll be all right. Isn't that what the old folks used to say? God willing. If it's God's will, I believe that. God's will is real. His will is real. Oh, I don't even know what to name this video. I have so much going on in it. I have a whole bunch of titles. You see that slide? Kids love that slide. I love that slide. I don't know why people are parked here. Like, where are they going? Are people walking? Parking here and just walking? Because there's no houses right here. I wonder if this is a path. I know it leads to a park. Let me see if this man turns here. If he turns here, not today, because I'm already almost an hour away from my house. But if he turns, I'm going to walk down that path next time. Let me see. Yup. That's a new path, y'all. I know that's a golf course and stuff somewhere back in there. Yup, I see a lot of people down in there. All right. I'm not doing it today, especially because I'm by myself. You know how I am, going up into the woods alone. I'd be scared to death. So, I wonder if that's like a greenway. There's a lot of greenways around here in Charlotte. Yeah, I see people coming out of there. I'm gonna have to bring one of my daughters with me through here. You know, I'm always trying to find a new walkway. I see it. And there's water, so I wonder if there's a lake back there. Like, where does that water run to? You see that water? It's a stream. Huh. I wonder where that leads to. Yeah, I'll be checking that out. Not today, though. Maybe not tomorrow either. I don't know when. Maybe tomorrow. It depends. I wonder if I should drive to it or walk to it, because I'm still about 40 minutes from my house. And I don't know how far the walk is once you get up in there. I mean, I can't even see what's up in there. Maybe I should drive like everyone else and park right there and then walk through there and see where it goes. I think I'm gonna do that. Maybe next week or something. I don't know. Whichever way the wind blows. Definitely piqued my curiosity. But yeah, Charlotte has a lot of greenways, and I've been near some of them, but I haven't been on any of them, and I definitely want to check them out. I know a lot of people ride their bikes and stuff on the greenways, walk, just do a lot of different things. Ooh, that was a hill. Yeah, you guys, it's gonna be an up climb. I was kind of chilling on my way here because I was kind of going down a slope. Same way you come, same way you gotta go. Oh my goodness. I'm not tired, I'm just lazy. So I need to just keep going. That's what you need to tell yourself. Maybe that's what I'll title this video. I'm not tired, I'm just lazy. I probably shouldn't. That's like a clickbait because I'm talking about it so far into this video. People will be like, what is she talking about? I'm not tired, I'm just lazy. I don't see how that's relevant. What, I gotta watch this whole video to see the relevance? Yup. But try to go see my son this weekend. He didn't come home because him and his roommates, their apartment is paid for until July. And, you know, they're seniors in college and trying to live their best life. I can understand that. I miss him though. I really miss him. He's such a good young man. So proud of him. I love him very much. Very smart, kind, thoughtful. Oh, he's so thoughtful. And to his future wife, you are welcome. You're welcome. We did that. He's a good young man. Whew. Oh, I hear some music over there. I don't smell barbecue though. Usually in this time of the year you hear music, you smell barbecue. If you're on your treadmill, you're still hanging in there, put a thumbs up in the comment section. You've been rocking with me and walking with me this whole time. I appreciate you. You're motivating me. I'm motivated just thinking about people who might be rocking with me this whole time, you know? Sometimes you do things not so much for yourself, but for the people that you're going to impact. Somebody might have said, you know what? Today, I'm going to walk for an hour. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but that's my goal. I wish I had somebody to walk with. This coronavirus, so nobody want to walk with me. Well, here I am. I'm here to walk with you. As long as you walk with me, you can do it. It's not hard, you're just lazy. Yeah. My bed is gonna feel good. My body is real good as long as it's moving. But as soon as my bones settle, woo, I'm like, wait a minute. Hold up. What is going on? I mean, I'm like an old lady when my bones settle. It's amazing the difference. I mean, I feel real good right now. I feel limber. I'm not hurting. I feel like, I'm good. But if I was to sit down right now for 5 minutes and try to get back up, nope, no bueno. That's why I know when I get home, the best thing I could do is go and don't go anywhere but to my bedroom and take a shower. Because if I try to veer off to the kitchen to get something to eat or drink, nope. If I try to veer off to the family room to sit down and chill, nope. If I even go to my bedroom to sit down and chill, nope. I gotta go straight to the bathroom to take my shower. This way, after that, if I settle down and things shift wrong, I'll be ready for bed, so it won't matter. There's a lot of people walking today. Look at these baby pine trees. Yep, my knees don't hurt, my hip don't hurt, my feet don't hurt. I am good. Let me sit down though. If I sat down, whew. Yeah, I don't see anybody walking with a mask on. So if I had a mask on, I'd be the only one. Not that I care, but it's hot. I wouldn't be able to breathe. It wouldn't end right. It wouldn't end well. I need to call 911 if I had a mask on. Forget calling home. I can't remember where I saw that rabbit, the dead rabbit. Once I get into my neighborhood, it won't be bad because I want to say it's going to be downhill. Hi. Can you guys hear the cars and stuff and the birds and whatnot? Because I have on my earplugs and it's plugged into the phone. And I'm just wondering what you guys can hear, if anything. I definitely feel like this walk, I feel it more than I did when I was at the park the other day. Even though, I mean, I had some hills here. Whoa! Whoa! I had some hills here way more than I did at the park, but it still was a, kind of an easy breezy walk. But I feel it, and if I do it, I mean, I don't want to be hurt, but I want to feel like I've done something, I don't want to feel like I was just on vacation sightseeing. So this is definitely not a sightseeing walk. Maybe for you guys, because you hadn't come this far with me before, but I drive through here all the time. Oh, that sun is so hazy. Or is it my contacts? I think my contacts are hazy. Probably need to change them out. I always lose track of how long I wear each pair. So I just kind of wear them until something happens. Like when they irritate my eye or something. I know that's bad, because for real, once they irritate your eye, that's not good. That means you should have been changed them. I like all the landscaping that they do. It really makes everything more pleasant. Even though some of these are dead or whatever, but it's better than nothing. Or, you know, just crazy weeds and grassy knoll. That sun is hot. It's hazy, but it's really hot. It's really hot. I have a sweatshirt on, so I'm really sweating. It's windy, but it's not cold. And it wouldn't be cold even if I wasn't walking, because the sun is so hot. And it's right here. Like, the sun is very low because it's getting ready to set. And it's really hot. And I think it's hot because tomorrow's going to be so hot. And Sunday. For a while, we couldn't make up our mind. Did we want to be cold still or hot? I think from this day forward, we're probably going to be hot. May, there's usually no turning back once May comes. Look how windy this path is. Imagine a little kid just learning how to ride their bike coming down here, especially going in the opposite direction. It's kind of a slope. But you see it? They would be twisting and turning, running into the grass because they don't really know how to navigate yet. As a parent, you'd be running behind them, trying to catch them. I know I would. I remember when I was in the 3rd grade, I was in a terrible bike accident. My best friend at the time, Jackie Super, she lived down the block from me, and she was over my house. And I said to my mom, I said, Jackie's getting ready to go home. Can I ride my bike down with her? And Jackie didn't have her bike. She was just walking. And my mother was like, no. I said, why not? I don't understand. And I guess she kind of thought about it and was like, all right, you go ahead, but come right back. And I think from that point on, my mother always followed her first instinct, you know, moving forward. If she said no, she meant it. And from that point on, if ever she said no to me, I took that as no for real, like, because Jackie was fast, so I was like, let's race. Had my no-speed bike, my Ross no-speed bike with the basket on the front. And she was running. And so I was on the side closest to her house. So when we got down near her house, she had to cross over to, you know, get to her house. And when she was crossing over, running, I didn't want to hit her, so I slammed on my foot brakes because it was a no-speed bike, and it was those little pebbles. Remember those like little pebble, sandy kind of rocks? And my bike slid and came to an abrupt stop, but I flipped over the handlebars and slid. And when I stopped sliding, Jackie ran over to me and was like, are you okay? And even though I was bleeding, I was fine. I was like, yeah, I'm good. And she looked at my mouth and was like, oh my goodness, Sherri, your teeth. And my 2 front teeth got chipped. And at that point, I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk, I couldn't do anything. I was done. She dragged me to her house, and her mother drove me home. And when she drove me home, my mother was standing in the door. She knew something was going to happen. And she was like, so I told you not to go. Y'all, I didn't go back to school till I got my teeth fixed. Forget that. I was not going to school with no chipped teeth. But I realized then, if my mother said no, oh no, I'm not going. I'm not doing that. Nope. I am not going. She said no. She has her reasons. She don't have to explain them to me. I get it. I get it. That was a valuable lesson to learn at a young age. Unfortunately, I had to sacrifice my front teeth, but yeah, that was something else, y'all. I'll try to tell you though, I was not hurt until she told me my teeth were chipped. I couldn't do anything. It was like I got shot in the head. Just a rag doll. I was 8 years old. Jackie was a really, really good friend. I liked her a lot. And she was older than me. So when I was in 3rd grade, she was in the 6th grade. And see, I wasn't like a regular little girl because my brothers were 8 and 9 years older than me. So I was not fast, but I was mature for my age. You know, I could hold conversation and all that. And so her parents ended up getting a divorce, and then she moved, and I literally never saw her again. I think the last time I saw her, I think they moved when she was like in the 8th grade, and I never saw her again. I used to think she was so beautiful. She was cocoa brown with red hair. Ooh, her hair was so red. And she had a really big smile and just a really good, like, disposition. You know, she was very kind and patient. We became friends because we moved to that town when I was in 2nd grade. And so I wasn't familiar. And it's real easy. Like, my neighborhood is easy, but when you're new to it, it's not. You can't figure it out. Like, what? And so I went to something I think I was in band, and I was on the bus coming home. And so she was in the 5th grade, and I was in the 2nd. She was in band. And I got off the bus at the wrong stop. And she knew, because she lived down the street from me, so she got off because she didn't know. Just wanted to make sure, because I didn't get off far from my house, but I got off at the wrong stop. And so when the bus left and I was really disoriented, she could tell. She was like, "Did you get off at the right stop?" I said, "I don't know." She said, "I don't think you did, because I live right down the street from you. This is not our stop. Come on." And she walked me home, and we became like big sister, little sisters. And I was so appreciative, because I would have never been able to get home. I would have never figured that out. I promise you. Right now, I'm 50. That happened, 30, 42 years ago? I'd still be trying to find my way home. Because I don't even think I ever even driven, to that area before to know how to get to my house from there. I would have been sitting on the curb to this moment as a grown woman, lost for 42 years because I got off on the wrong bus stop after school. I'm trying to tell you, that bus, and especially now with everything being so busy, I don't see how little kids do it. Parents, if you have kids, you need to be at that bus stop when they get on and when they get off, because they be lost. And that's a scary feeling. It is no joke. Especially when you by yourself, I always tell my kids, because sometimes, I'd run a little late picking them up or whatever. And my center child especially will be crying like, "You left us, you didn't come," whatever. I'm like, "Girl, you got your brother and sister with you. You're not even by yourself. You should be cool. You should be chilling. You good." Now imagine that being your situation, but you by yourself. At least you have your siblings. You good, you straight. That's what I always would tell them. As long as y'all have each other, y'all good. Because when you by yourself, you got to figure that thing out by yourself and hope that you meet kind people along the way. And thank God, I'm grateful that I met kind people along the way. Yes, I did. Because he kept me covered. I always used to say, God take care of his kids. Ooh, he take care of his kids. Because I'm his kid, I'm his child, and he took care of me. I know that. And I appreciate it. He let me live my life and not be in harm's way. And I'm thankful to him. Because all those experiences, how you doing? All those experiences are so valuable. I am grateful for them. I had a good time, y'all. Good, clean fun, but a good time. And the only reason why I was able to have such a great time is because I knew I was covered. I knew God had me and wouldn't let anything happen to me. So being nervous, being scared, being frightened, being hesitant never really crept up on me because I knew he was going to take care of me. I remember my daughter drove my husband's car to homecoming, my high school senior, to my other daughter, my center child's college for homecoming. And her homecoming is a big deal. Huge. I mean, they call it GHO, greatest homecoming on earth. That's how they refer to it. And so I couldn't believe it, but my husband let my youngest drive his car to the homecoming for the weekend. She left Friday after school and came back Sunday evening. And my daughter, my center child, lives in an apartment complex, but you have to have a parking permit, and she didn't have one because she doesn't have a car. And so my daughter couldn't park in the parking lot of the apartment, so they had to find another place. Like, they had to park somewhere and then Uber to her apartment. And so they calling me up because they know if they would have called my husband would have told her to come home. He would have told them both to come home. Like, you're both coming home. What you mean you don't have that figured out? They live like me in that way. I wouldn't have things figured out. If I know it's a good time to be had, I'm going to do it a good time and worry about the logistics later. Because I knew God always had me. You know, that's the kind of way you live when you know you God's daughter. So my daughters are like that. Very much like that. And I actually love it that they're like that because they are adventurous. You know, they'll always have amazing stories, amazing experiences that most people won't have because they're so fearful of the unknown. And so, let me cross real quick. I shouldn't be walking like this. So, they said, Mom, you think it'll be safe to park over here in the Bank of America? What? You in a whole nother county. You are 2 hours away from home. I don't even know what Bank of America you talking about. They were like, we can't park in the apartment. We're gonna get towed. I said, you might get towed at the Bank of America. And so they ended up parking there and Ubering back to the apartment. And they did that the whole weekend, and everything worked out because they're God's kids. And I was praying too. I'm praying mama. So I was like, Lord Jesus, please. Then they called me Saturday. They were going to brunch, and they asked me, how do you parallel park? What? Y'all are 2 hours away. What are you talking about? How do you parallel park? Because you know, I don't know how it is where you live, but here in North Carolina, for the driving test, they don't have to parallel park. They don't parallel park. And that's the craziest thing to me, because how you not going to parallel park? That's what you do. Especially, I mean, you're not going to always live where you could just pull into a parking space. So I told them, listen, y'all have phones, y'all need to Google it. Y'all have each other, y'all need to figure that out. So when they came back, when my youngest came back Sunday, I said, did you have a parallel park figure out? She was like, yeah, we there was a couple coming out and we asked them to help us and they guided us to the park. I was like, oh my goodness, y'all are something else. But I can't get mad because I get it. Those are the memories that keep you going. Those are the memories that you look back on 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now and crack up on. Like, remember that time. You know, life is nothing if you don't have those remember that time memories. So I just crack up with them. Because I know when we get older, they have their families. We're going to be at Thanksgiving and Christmas and a vacation or whatever. And we're going to be sitting around talking about remember when. Those are the type of stories that are going to come up. Those are going to be funny. We have a ton of them. So, yeah. Whew. I'm probably, I don't know, 20 minutes from home, at least. It's 1:27 now. An hour and 27 minutes. I've been walking. Yo, I did good. I hope you were still walking with me. Leave a comment. Give me another thumbs up. No, give me a heart this time if you're still walking with me. Put a heart down in the comment box so I know. That would be so awesome. And I know this is not live. Like I said, I hadn't started doing lives yet. I just hadn't. And this is the kind of live that not everybody really would flow with. I guess maybe I could see some of the comments, but who wants to read and walk? I might fall, mess around, trip on something, or walk on something or into something. I don't know what I'm gonna have for dinner. What are you guys eating for dinner tonight? After a long workout like this, what kind of food do you typically like to eat? I don't know what I want. Oh, good. Covered by trees. I don't know if I want to eat a lot. Not a lot, but you know, like a full meal, or then it depends on if my husband made something or if he got something. I don't really cook. I'm low key not really allowed in the kitchen like that because I don't cook. I don't prefer it. I am a connoisseur of food, however. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely don't want to eat anything that would ruin what I've done so far today. But my body needs fuel. I drank a lot of water today. I made a fried bologna sandwich for lunch. I brought bologna the other day because I was like, I haven't had fried bologna in a long time. Fried bologna, I like to call it. And so I made some today. I put spicy mustard and I put some arugula lettuce on it, and it was good. I enjoyed it. So I feel like I had, maybe you want to consider that bad, something bad already, so I probably should end the day with something more healthy. Maybe I'll make a sandwich. I mean, not a sandwich, a salad, or some fruit. I know we have watermelon. We have a lot of fruit. My husband and girls, they like to make smoothies. I I don't dislike smoothies. I just don't prefer the texture. I'm a texture person. I like things with, like if I'm gonna eat something soft, like a sandwich, like that bologna sandwich today, I had to have some Pringles with it. I need a crunch. I need to chew. I'm a, what do they call that? A person that likes to, I don't know what you call it, but that's what I am. I can't eat this mushy food and be good with that. Like, it don't satisfy my appetite. Even if it fills me, it won't satisfy me because my mouth wasn't satisfied just drinking, you know. It's like if I was to drink a smoothie, I'd have to have something else like crackers or carrots, something crunchy along with it, either after, basically after it. But they juice, they fast, they intermittently fast, they do all kind of healthy stuff. I can't do all that. I probably need to. Let my kids tell it. I've looked the same their whole lives. I'm like, I hope not. True. But I know I'm just a little fuller, but I'm grown. So I know I'm not going to look like I did at 25, at 50. I just don't want to be all, I don't want to let it all go. So I have to do something to at least keep what I have tight and right. I look at my girls, my daughters, as my past self. So through them and their flat stomachs and how in shape they are, I'm like, yep. If anybody ever has any doubt, I'll be like, that's what I used to look like. That's the before picture. I'm the after picture. And I'm good with that. It's their turn. But every little thing you do counts. Baby steps count too. So if you were only able to hang out with me and walk with me for 10 minutes, so be it. If you were able to walk with me for 30 minutes, so be it. If you were able to walk with me for an hour, so be it. If you were able to walk with me for an hour and 30 minutes, so be it. Either way, congratulations and thank you for walking with me. You guys, I'm about 15 minutes from my house. This is the last hill I have to climb. And I am going to sign off. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I'm sure you have other things to do, other channels to support. But I appreciate you walking with me today, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember on your way out to give it a thumbs up. If you feel like somebody else would also enjoy it, please be sure to share. And if you are not already part of my team, please be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I make new videos. I appreciate everyone for rocking with me, for rolling with me, and for walking with me. Please stay safe and stay healthy until we speak again. And remember, this has been Real Talk with Coach Sherri.